In this session, we'll try and understand what are the different kinds of data warehouse architectures which are defined. When I say defined, these are the ones which were laid as a foundation during the days of data warehouse being initiated or during the inception of data warehouse. Now, there are multiple situations and multiple discussions, forums about how this can be improved, and there are a lot of practical implementations which have enhanced the way the architecture should be. And all of that depends on the way business works, the requirement which the business has, and technically what is possible and what is not possible, right? So let's get to understand the basic foundation of what the data warehouse architectures are built on. We have three different kinds of architectures for a data warehouse. And the first one out of those is called an enterprise data warehouse. It is also called as a centralized architecture. Why? Because here you have only one centrally located data warehouse which contains or stores all the data which is being sourced from different kinds of operational systems and different kinds of sources, right? So that is the reason it is called as centralized data warehouse, or it can also be called as an enterprise data warehouse. The reason we term it as enterprise data warehouse is, again, different functions within a firm, within an organization will provide data which will be performing all of these data preparation activities, which is select, extract, transform, integrate, and maintain the data with the business rules and load all of that into this centralized data warehouse. Now, metadata sits on top of data warehouse, which is nothing but your business metadata, which was defined during your logical data model phase and the physical data model phase with an agreement between your data architect or an ETL architect and the business users or the SME. Right? So once the data is available within this centralized data warehouse or the enterprise data warehouse, you have multiple channels which can extract the data from data warehouse. Now you can use any of the middleware or APIs which are available, which will connect with n number of channels to the data warehouse database and serve different purposes, right? As you can see, you have query tools, which is nothing but your ad hoc reports, like you just write a query, immaterial of any standard reporting structures where you pull the data the way you want it. And you have the decision support system, which will also give you some kind of standard reports with which you can decide on the profits, loss, and the next steps on which you should improve it. And you also have the OLAP, which is online analytical process. It can be connected to multiple web browsers within the organization to extract the data, and you can also use it for data mining. Like the output, I mean, once the data is there, once you consider this as the centralized hub, then there are multiple possibilities on which you can extract the data, right? Any employee within the firm or any downstream systems or any external systems would also like to gather the data because it is all standardized, right? The data is prepared and it is standardized. Obviously, everybody would like to look at the right data in the right format, isn't it? Right, so that's about the enterprise data warehouse. Now here, notice we mentioned that it is an operational system, but the sources can be multiple. Now, as per the image, you can say this is the POS or the OLTP system. Let's say this is the mainframe system, and this is some dashboard or Excel data which is coming into the system, right? You can also have any number of sources, like I've been telling in other sessions. It can be Excel, Word, PDF, WSDL, XML, any kind of relational database, any kind of applications like SAP, TIBCO, PeopleSoft, right? So you have connections to all of those for majority of the ETL tools right now in the market.